What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another video. Now today, Arsenal players apparently have refused to take a wage cut at Arsenal. The club have asked for them to take a 12% wage cut if they fail to qualify for the Champions League, which, let's be honest, is very unlikely that Arsenal will qualify for the Champions League this season. A 7.5% pay cut if they qualify for the Europa League, and if they don't qualify for any, then they'll review that situation again. If any player is to leave the club in the summer, then they would be refunded the money that is taken off them. Now, a lot of mixed feelings on this. You know, on one hand, I don't really have any real affiliation with a lot of these players. You know, they've constantly let the fans down. So on one hand, I look at it like, why not take a wage cut? But on the other hand, you have to be realistic. You know, these players sign contracts, and, you know, if these clauses were not in the contract at the start, why is a player going to accept a cut at this time of their contract? Now, I know we're going through a global pandemic at the moment, but the question I would be asking if I was an Arsenal player is, you know, where's Kroenke? What is the chairman doing about it? This is the chairman who runs, you know, a self-sustaining model and doesn't really invest any money out of his own pocket. You know, he's building a $5 billion stadium over there in LA at the moment. So, you know, he's got plenty of money. Apparently his net worth is around £8 billion. So he's not short of cash. And, you know, why is he not investing money out of his own pocket and putting money into the club and making sure that the club is running smoothly at this difficult time? So, you know, on one hand, I feel like players taking wage cut are okay. I can understand why people think they should, but realistically, if it wasn't in their contract at the start, and, you know, look at the way Kroenke has ran the club over the years. You know, for me, if I was a player, being honest, I don't think they should be taking a wage cut. Now, the players have given up money towards the NHS, the National Health Service over here in England. The club have made donations to various charities as well. So they are doing their thing. And ultimately, the tax that footballers pay has a huge impact on the National Health Service anyway. You know, footballers in the Premier League pay around 40% tax. So, for example, a footballer earning 100 grand a week pays 40 grand a week into the tax system. So, you know, they're going to look at it and think, you know, they've made donations. This Players Trust that Jordan Henderson helped set up, where all Premier League players are putting money into it to give towards hospitals and National Health Service and equipment. So for me, footballers are doing their bit, and I think it's easy sometimes to scapegoat footballers as the ones who should help get out of the mess. You know, what about the bankers who earn loads of money? Or, you know, the Formula One racing driver, or the golfer, or, you know, there's lots of other people who make big money, man. So let's not just blame the footballers. They're doing their bit, let's be honest. You know, Arsenal always seem to use these financial situations in a negative way. You know, I would like to hear Kroenke saying, you know what, things will be tough, but we are still going to go big in the summer. We're still going to look to make big signings. I heard Solskjaer on Sky Sports talking about Manchester United have got big targets in the summer, and even though financially they'll have taken a hit, they still want to go big. And I want to hear Arsenal with that kind of attitude, and Kroenke talking like that. You know, he's going to use this financial situation as a way of saying, you know, we're going to have to restrict the transfers, and Arteta's only going to have a set amount of money this summer. You can already hear it. And for me, he's just a poor owner, and the club need a better owner if we're going to move forward in the future. Let me know what you think. Do you think Arsenal players should take a wage cut, or do you think they're well within their rights to refuse it? I mean, apparently the players are very unhappy about being asked to take the wage cut, which I can understand. You know, they are doing their bit already, and I think it's down to Kroenke and the owners and the board to sort it out. You know, pull the money out of your pocket. You're the owner at the end of the day. The players are already helping the cause. Let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back later in the week with more live streams. I had to do this video in the car, man, as didn't have a lot of time to get done at home today. Everyone take care, stay safe. I'll be back later in the week. Bless.